So how about a big round of applause for Kenny Adams and his service to this country? And not only did he serve in the military, but he also served as the head coach for the 1988 Olympic Games. And two of those members are being inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame tonight in Pernell Whitaker and Riddick Bowe. So talk about a man with influence, that's Kenny Adams. And to present our next inductee is Gene Kilroy, who is a longtime confidant of Muhammad Ali. May he rest in peace. So, Mr. Kilroy.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to personally thank the people who stayed here to help honor the rest of the people that was presented into the Hall of Fame. I'm very honored and I'm very humble to represent and be here introducing Kenny Adams. I go back with Kenny Adams when he was a fighter in the service, and we were friends. Just a great guy. I was talking with Frankie Lyles, who Kenny trained, and Frankie told me a story. He said, I was the champion for 5.5 years, and Kenny was my guy. And I hope someday that I could be a great trainer like Kenny. He said he helped me win all my fights, and we even defeated Don King. And he also said that he stopped listening to Kenny. And all the fighters out here today, you know, you can't beat the scale in your opponent. It's impossible. So Frankie just told me to mention some words. But I want to thank all the fighters here. The fighters here today, they're called champs. And they're called champs for the reason they inspire so many people. I was pleasant to be here talking with Sugar Ray Leonard and his son, Eddie Mustafa and his girls, and I'm happy to be able to call those guys my friends. And I was very happy to see Tim Dahlberg. Tim Dahlberg, I want you to know one thing. I would call Tim Dahlberg, I said, how do you see the fight? And Tim gave me all the information, and I paid off my house. Thank you, Tim. There's a story I'd like to tell about, we talk about fighters and all. Joe Frazier was fighting Muhammad Ali, and there was a movie star by the name of Burt Lancaster. He came down to Miami and he interviewed Ali, and then he went in and sparred with him. So then he went up to Joe Frazier and he said, Joe, I just interviewed Muhammad Ali, and then he let me spar with him. And Joe looked him dead in the eye. He said, Mr. Lancaster, when you're on your movie location, I don't come in there. He said, boxing is something you don't play. You play football, you play baseball, basketball, but you don't play boxing. He said, you get in that ring with me, I'm gonna treat you like all the sparring partners. I'm gonna whip your ass. Well, with that, Bert said, we'll do the interview off to the side. But anyway, Kenny, where's my man Kenny at? Come on up here, Kenny. One more is going to be auctioned. We're going to have the highest bidder, and Kenny's going to show up at your house and dance with the bear. Hold this a minute, Kenny.
All right. What's up, Eddie?
See, I learned from Muhammad Ali. He told me one time, he who gives, he pleases himself because he likes to give. He who receives, enjoy it because he likes to receive. But when you give and you receive, you please God. So I have my own stash at home. I got something that I kept here for Kenny from the Muhammad Ali days, and I want to present it to him. First of all, this is a glove signed by Muhammad Ali that he signed at my house.
Yeah.
Those are some pictures here. Yeah. That's a picture that was taken by Sports Illustrated, and I'm in the corner. And Muhammad signed it at my house. That's a picture for Kenny. And this is the program for Muhammad's funeral. I brought it back, and I'm giving it to Kenny today. This is the picture that I took of Ali. I've never sold a picture, or, you know, you don't see this picture around anywhere. So this is for Kenny. And this is another picture that I took of Ali at the training camp in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, sitting up on a chair that Ben Witt had given him a gift, a leather chair. But it's not about taking in life, it's about giving. And like I said, all the fighters, they're called champs, and they are the champ. And they gave so much inspiration to all of us. And Kenny, I just want to say, I'm honored tonight to be here and meet your family and see Ray here and his son, Little Ray. He'll always be known as Little Ray. So anyway, I'm blessed to be here, and you got it, Kenny.
Gene Kilroy, good friend. Thank you, Gene Kilroy. He's a long life friend. Our military days in Germany is where we met in the 60s. Good evening. I am both honored and humbled by his induction into the Boxing Hall of Fame. You know, I'd like to thank everyone actually who made it possible for me to be inducted into this prestigious hall. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow inductees for this, our special day. A special thanks from my lovely wife, Claudia, of 49 years, my brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins, and others for their support. I guess the special in-laws also, I must say, are here with me. One is in the hospital, but the mother-in-law is here, and I give him a lot of credit for that. She's tough. Okay. I have a couple other gentlemen here, Pete Cornell Whitaker, who was one member of the 1984 Olympic team. He was a gold medalist, and he was a world champion. Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, member of the 1980 Olympic team. He was a silver medalist and also a world champion. And he also got ripped off by Lennox Lewis in the Olympics in 1988. I say this, and I guess I must also remind one thing I have to remember. Sugar Ray Leonard was my advisor for the 1988 Olympic team. Sugar Ray Leonard, my man. I bring this up primarily because it's an accomplishment and something that I am very pleased and you know, it's not every day that you can get to be Olympic coach on any team. I was a coach for assistant coach for the 84, head coach for the 88. We ended up with a total of 12 golds, 4 silver, 3 bronze. I'm very proud of that. But you know, I decided to read a letter from a young man that I've gotten. I actually was going to talk about what boxers and trainers do. A trainer is usually with your fighter 95% of the time. And I wanted to talk about the bond between a boxer and a trainer. But what I really thought about as I was looking that I had read a letter one of my fighters had given to me many years ago. And I said, you know, I think I'm going to read this letter. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to read this letter to you. Here it goes like this. And the young man is here tonight, too. So he probably not going to worry. This could very well happen, but here we go. It speaks to the bond between boxers and trainers who spend most of the time acting either as a father, a coach, a trainer, or a motivator. Now I'm going to read the letter from this young man who is a special boxer for me. He says, here as follows. Mr. and Mrs. Coach Kenny Adams, to a great man and motivator, world's best coach, the champion maker, retired Master Sergeant, my friend, Coach Adams and Mrs. Adams, I appreciate you and the wife very much. He said, when I received my MBA diploma, I really wanted you to be there. He said, but I would like for you to know, truly appreciate the card and the call. She said, when I received your call, it made a smile on my face. It says, and the words of encouragement made my day. He said, I will keep the card and the call I will remember and treasure in my heart forever. Your card and call brought so much joy and love to my heart. The call was a blessing, and you are as well. Knowing that you are happy for me is more than enough to ask for such a very successful professional as yourself. He said, I have 4 degrees now and would like to get forward and get my PhD, by the way. He got his PhD. He now has a PhD in psychology. He said, but my wife tells me that you have enough schooling. I want you to stay closer with the family. And of course, I accepted her advice and very happy with the decision. He said, my time with the government to an extension with the military, he says, we are a large prayer. 4 degrees, 3.2, dean's list on each and every one. My coach and always my friend. I will close now, but now say goodbye and God bless you and your family. Continue to be safe and happy here on earth. I also would like for you to know that I pray for you and your beautiful wife continuously to be very successful and happy together forever. Very respectfully yours, William Clay Jenkins, 6-time All-Army champion, which is a record. Stand up, Clay, would you please? In closing, I would like to say something that the Adams family rules are. So keep your promise, smile, be happy, always say I love you, be kind, don't whine, dream big. And in my ending, I will say something that Hagler said. He would say that when I die, if they open my head, they would find one boxing glove, because I live it. Thank you.
I just want to say something before we give this to Kenny. The late, great Granlin Rice one time said, when the great scorer comes to mark against your name, he marks not the win and loss, but the way you played the game. Kenny, this is from the Hall of Fame. You got a classy ring there. You got a belt, and you're... Well, good luck and God bless, Kenny. And you made a lot of people happy.
Kenny Adams, ladies and gentlemen.